Hey everybody, this is MadPanda Games here, and today we're going to be tackling another part of Tailor Tales. So let's get started, guys. Now, where we last left off, I embarrassed the hell out of Neil. And so, let's continue. The shipment of fabric swatches for Neil's blazer came in the mail today. As I stand there holding fabric swatches in my hand, wondering what I should pick for Neil's blazer, I realize I don't have any way of contacting him. So far, I've only run into him by chance, or he came over to my place himself. This time we didn't set another appointment, so I can't really show him these swatches. What a pain. Now I have to actually go out and find him. I'm pretty sure he'd raise a huge stink over selecting a fabric without consulting him. How annoying. I guess I should start looking at the hospital, ask around for him, see if he's there. Maybe I'll get lucky. I don't think so. He's of high class. I don't think they'd let someone they don't know, exactly know where he is. With that in mind, I grab the swatches, place the close sign at my door, and lock up shop. Let's go find him! There it is, Tailor Medical Center, the one Neil seems to work at. The entrance seems a little daunting, considering I really have no business at the hospital. Still, I do need to find the man before he continues to stalk my store windows again. I gather my courage and step inside the hospital. Okay. Oh, I'm liking this music. Seems very, not really hospital-y, but like elevator music. It's the first time I've been here, and I'm greeted by a white lobby with very tall ceilings. The hospital seems fairly calm. Only a few people seem to be going in and leaving. No sign of a certain man with purple hair. I wonder what position Neil has at the hospital. Surely he can't be a doctor. I refuse to believe someone as petty and mean as him could ever be allowed to be a doctor. Awkwardly, I make my way over to the receptionist, who's in the middle of helping someone else. So I patiently wait in line. When it's my turn, the receptionist beckons me over. How may I help you today? Yes, I'm looking for Neil Forrester. Is he here by any chance? Maybe they won't even tell me if he's here or not, or perhaps not even be allowed to, but it's worth a shot. Mr. Forrester is currently present, but he's busy in a meeting. Would you like for me to leave a message behind? Hearing him be referred to Mr. Forrester kinda creeps me out. It doesn't suit him. Yes, could you tell him Celianna Hearth? And that's when I notice it, Neil's voice. I turn my head and see a group of businessmen walking out the elevator. Among them is Neil. Actually, never mind, I say, moving myself away from the counter. I find myself quickly taking a seat near the window so that I can inconspicuously look at Neil, who's decided to wait in the lobby with the other men and argue about something seemingly important. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I can't understand what they're saying from here. He looks more dressed up than normal. His hair seems to be tidier. It almost looks like he's a competent adult who doesn't have this nasty habit of running his foul mouth all the time. Well, I mean, it's not like he's gonna act like that to professionals and businessmen. I'm intrigued and grossed out at the same time. The men continue to discuss amongst themselves, until one by one they start to leave, with their briefcases in hand. The last one shakes Neil's hand and leaves as well. There's a really smug smile on Neil's face as he fixes his tie. I roll my eyes. He's probably so full of himself for closing some kind of deal right now. Maybe I should leave now before he notices me and starts to brag about it. So I stand up from the chair, ready to escape. Oh, he looks nice. He looks nice with his hair. Dang, he's sexy. Celianna. I cringe. Too late. I can't sneak off anymore. Well, I came here for a reason, so I guess I might as well get it over with. Neil? I put on a fake smile and approach him. Neil runs a hand through his styled hair. He looks less smug now. In fact, he's a bit sheepish. Caught off guard, perhaps? Or perhaps he's remembering our last encounter, where I fell on top of him. Still greatest thing that's happened. That event still leaves me feeling a little awkward. Do you like to spy at my meetings? That implies you were actually saying something worthwhile that needs spying on, I retort. Neil waves his hand at me, dismissing what I said. Or perhaps you were captivated by my magnificent negotiating techniques and couldn't help but stop and stare in awe, says Neil cheerfully, nodding at himself like this was the actual truth. Okay, I guess the awkward Neil from before has disappeared entirely, because he went right back to the arrogant one. What does he want, a cookie? You're gross. I take it you closed some kind of important business deal, I say in a dull voice. Yep, Neil is definitely not the mature adult I thought he was only minutes ago. Neil looks at me with a knowing smirk, but doesn't reply. That actually kinda gets on my nerves. He won't even tell me what he's so gleeful about? That's just annoying. Ah, whatever. I'm here for your blazer. I didn't have any way of contacting you, so I came here. Neil stretches out his hand, palm side up. Hand over your phone, he commands. I frown at him. Excuse me? He beckons at me with his hand, waiting for me to give him my phone. Don't give your phone, hand over your phone. I'm gonna be fierce. Fierce. I'm not giving you my phone, I say, eyeing him suspiciously. Neil sighs. Do you want to be able to contact me? No, I don't. But I kinda have to, so I nod. Yes. Then add me to your contacts. I pull up my phone from my purse, and Neil immediately snorts. Well, that's an ancient fossil I haven't seen in a while. He's referring to my flip cell phone. Actually, that is kind of old. Wow, that's actually really old. I hold it close to my chest and glare at him. Some of us don't get free stuff from our parents, I say back. Neil returns my glare, then starts to recite his phone number, which I quickly note down. I save the number under the contact His Majesty with a smirk. Now you won't have to come and spy on me at my work, he says arrogantly. Dude, shut up. You're not that great. Like I wanted to spy on him. Look, I only wanted your opinion on these fabric swatches. I've got them with me, so hurry up and decide which one you want so I can finish your garment. I open my bag and show him the small sample of swatches I have with me. It's mostly just a lot of different variations of gray. Neil takes it and studies each sample with a pensive look. Now that he's all concentrated and stopped running off his mouth, he actually looks really mature again. I wonder how old Neil is. He seems to be in his mid-20s, I think. Although when he's in this getup and looking serious, he looks like he's 30. I feel myself starting to be impressed by his looks, not having seen him this mature before. After a while, Neil notices that I've been staring at him, and he looks up from the swatches. Quickly, I avert my eyes, a bit embarrassed he caught me staring. Is this all you have? He says with an annoyed huff. All of the most expensive dark gray fabrics available to me, yes. Perhaps expensive is only relative to you. These don't feel all that expensive to me. Dude, take what we've given you, or take nothing at all. I frown at him. Must he always criticize everything? Well, if it's not to your taste then. I try to grab the swatches back from him. Neil pulls it out of my reach with a little shake of his head. He then pulls out one of the samples, a shady dark gray with thick texture, and holds it up in front of my face. This one will do. Surprised that he's actually agreeing on one of the samples leaves me a bit stumped for words. I mutter, great. Now I can finish his blazer. Neil places a hand on his hip and hands me back over the swatches. Anything else you needed? He asks. Yeah, how old are you? It kind of flies right out of my mouth, and even Neil looks surprised at my question. I bite my lips hard and suddenly feel all flustered for voicing my thoughts. I didn't really want to say this out loud. Neil composes himself and simply gives a small huff. Regardless whether or not this information is relevant to the creation of a certain garment, I have to ask, is your memory broken? I simply blink at him, wondering what he's going on about. My memory? Seeing my confused face, he sighs. You really don't remember? You asked me before, when we were kids, he says in a soft voice. Oh right, memories. Suddenly I remember back when we were kids. I'd asked him for his age, and he had said 8, which was a year older than me. That means present-day Neil must be 24 years old. I look down with my hands in my lap, red-faced. Oh, is all I can say. No, I guess I forgot until now. I'm surprised you still remember, though. I don't forget things that are important to me. Neil fixes his tie. Oh. Important. Ooh la la. My eyes widen in surprise. Is he saying the memories he has of me are important? Am I important? That means I won't forget about my watch. Way to ruin the moment, Neil. Ugh. Of course it was about the watch. Is that everything you came to see me for? I'm quite busy. Yes, don't let me keep you from going to meetings. Or whatever he does at the hospital. Have a nice day, Celianna. Same. For once, an actual civilized conversation is taking place between us. I am almost bothered by it. I finally head home. Back to our house. Oh, I mean the store. Back at the store, I rack my brain trying to think of what I need to do still to get this blazer finished. It shouldn't take long now. I think I can get it fitted by the end of the week. So I decided to text Neil. Are you free on Saturday this week? It doesn't take long before I get an answer back. I have plans, but I can squeeze you in. Will you have finished the garment by then? It should be ready by then, so please reserve an hour from your time that day. Speaking of reservations, are you going to be busy next month? Why is he asking this? I'm wondering why Neil would ask me this. Maybe he's scheming something. It'll be October next month. I don't have anything planned yet. After that, Neil stops texting me, and I'm left to wonder what he meant with that question. Oh well, it's just Neil. Time to work on this blazer and get rid of him. I think that was a date. Yay! Now, do I want to do chapter 10, or do I want to make another outfit? I'll do chapter 10. Continue! The blazer is all but done now, after pulling a few all-nighters this week. I've been texting back and forth with Neil. He's as insufferable in text as he is in person, and we decided on a date where he can come fit the blazer. I guess the most fun part of this whole arrangement was when I woke him up with a text of mine, asking him to remeasure his arm length at 2 a.m. in the morning. He belittled me as expected, but actually gave me the measurements. Huh, the sucker. I didn't really need those measurements. I just wanted to wake him up at an ungodly hour so that he could suffer with me, considering I've been staying up this late for a few days in a row. Misery loves company after all. Dang. So here I am, anxiously waiting for Neil to drop by after working hours. Finally, I get to be done with this guy. The bell rings and the door opens. Neil walks in looking quite posh and self-assured. There's always this overconfident aura around him. You know, I think he looks actually better with the hair styled this way instead of sleeked back. Good evening, he greets me. I nod my head at him. Come with me to the back. Let's do this. Let's go fit a blazer. I lead him to the sewing room so I can fit and make any small adjustments to the blazer. Neil follows me quietly, but I can feel his eyes burn a hole in my back. It's uncomfortable. Speaking of uncomfortable, I wonder if he'll react the same way again like last time whenever I touched him, jerking away from me as if I'm something disgusting. I mentally shake my head. He's a weird one, but after today, it should all be over. I quickly grab the blazer that's prepped and hanging on the wall, then hand it over to Neil. In a deliberately slow move, Neil takes it over and inspects it with a hawk eye. He slides the fabric through his fingers, looking at the lining and the craftsmanship, and I start to feel pretty nervous about it all. To be honest, I'm preparing myself for his harsh words and criticism, because I know that's exactly what he'll say. However, Neil doesn't say a word, and he slides his arms into the sleeves and puts the blazer on. He turns to face the mirror and check himself out, twisting his body from side to side to examine every angle. Oh damn, he's sexy! He looks quite dapper in the blazer. It suits him, but I can already see a few alterations I need to make. It's a bit too wide at the waist. I know it's Neil and all, and I shouldn't slave away for a guy like him, but it's against my principles to create sloppy garments. So, I ask him, impatient for his reaction. Neil sighs and closes his eyes for a bit. It's not anything remarkable, and it's a bit too wide at my waist. My cheeks are already glowing pink, and I can't help but glare at him, even though he's right about that last part. What a thankless man. But it's passable, decent enough to wear. Just a few small adjustments, and people might actually compliment me for wearing it. I blink at Neil. Was that a compliment? I think it was. I can't tell with him though. He's very shifty. I stare at him in shock, at a loss of words. Neil notices me staring at him and he gives me an indignant huff. Well, are you going to continue to stand there and stare at me in awe? Are you going to fix your mistakes? He sneers at me. He quickly takes the blazer off and hands it over to me. Quit your whining. I'm doing this for free, I snap at him. I take the blazer and hop on over towards my sewing machine and start to narrow the waistline. It should be a quick adjustment, so it doesn't take long before I'm finished. The sound of the sewing machine's needle plucking down fills the room, and Neil is tapping his foot on the ground impatiently. Once I'm finished, I hand it over to him and he tries it on once more. Neil looks at himself in the mirror. The fit is a lot better now. Alright, this seems adequate enough, he says. I sigh in relief. I'm finished. Neil awkwardly fiddles around with the cuffs of the blazer, as if he doesn't know what to say at that moment, but then he finally does speak up. Someone might actually want to try and find out who the tailor is. At least its quality shouldn't put me to shame. Aww, that is a compliment. I look at him weirdly. Is this another compliment? I can't tell for sure, it's so awkwardly worded. Are you so worried about what people might think about you? I ask. Neil raises an eyebrow at me at the mirror, then shakes his head. I don't waste my time worrying on inconsequential issues like that. Your actions say otherwise, though, I say softly with a roll in my eyes. Neil definitely cares about what people think of him. Just look at how much he cares of what a blazer should look like. Neil turns around to face me. No one has the time to be worrying about what the world thinks of them. They only really care about what a select few people have to say, says Neil in a low and serious voice. That's actually really good advice. I'm a bit taken back by his response, as it sounds more mature and well thought out. I hadn't expected that coming out of the mouth of Neil of all people. It actually makes me curious if he had someone in mind when he said that. So I look at him with curious eyes. I wonder who those people are. Does Neil even have anyone he cares about? Does that mean you have a select few people whose opinion of you matters? Neil's cheeks flush a little bit with pink, but he turns his back on me to continue inspecting himself in the mirror. He doesn't say anything. As Neil is still checking himself out in the mirror, he speaks up. You know, I'll be at a party next month. People will be wearing the most beautiful costumes from around the world. I'm sure even someone like you could learn something from seeing them. I bite at my lip and frown at him for changing the subject. What is he getting at here? And why are you telling me? I figured you'd be interested in a masquerade ball, what with you playing dress-up all the time. Neil shrugs nonchalantly as he finally steps away from the mirror. I make clothes, I don't play. I stress the words, feeling insulted. He hand waves what I said. Same thing. No, it is not. Then he leans down with his elbow onto my crafting table. Are you interested? Interested in what? I roll my eyes at him. You don't have to act coy. I know even someone like you would love to be invited to a ball, no matter how low of a status they have. My nostrils flare up in anger. Listen here, Neil. Under no circumstance am I interested. So I've got an invitation right here. Neil completely talks over me and he takes something out of his back pocket. It's a cream-colored envelope. He shifts it between his fingers, looking smug and full of himself like always. Even you would be grateful to be invited to such a high-profile event. You could create your own costume and show off your work. Neil smiles at himself. Oh, that's actually... Ooh, that is tempting. You should be thanking me for even thinking about giving you an invitation. How dare he talk about me like that? I take the envelope out of his hand and slam it on the counter. Who says I even want to attend? Don't just go ahead and make decisions for me. Neil looks taken aback, but then he shakes his head a little and his arrogant face is back to normal. There's a lot of people, celebrities even, who show off their various designer costumes. I think it would be wise to accept this invitation if you want to make a name for yourself as a tailor there. It's an opportunity for you to create some connections. He's got a point. If it's anything like he describes, people will be flaunting their costumes and perhaps I can make a name for myself and snatch some celebrity as a client. But I don't really want to admit this to Neil. My pride won't allow it. My eyes are focused on the envelope. I'm conflicted about it. I thought I was going to stop seeing Neil around any longer, but now he's waving this invitation around in my face that could definitely be good for my business. I really don't know what to do. And what do you want in return? I finally ask. There's gotta be a catch. No way would Neil offer this to me for free. Oh, the music changed. There's a sly smile on Neil's lips. I might give it to you if you beg, he says gleefully. No. I refuse, I say immediately. Neil frowns, then takes the envelope from the counter and tucks it back into his pocket. Very well then, I see this invitation is not wanted. I will enjoy going there by myself, showing off the best costume at the party, and feeling comfortable knowing you wouldn't be there to spill wine all over my outfit. My cheeks sting a little bit. I wouldn't. I guess I overstayed my welcome here. I thank you for this blazer. It's not much. Definitely not worth the price in return for my wash, but it will do. Enjoy your evening, Celianna. Neil fixes the blazer by the collar, then walks out of my sewing room. I'm left there feeling frustrated. Finally, I thought I was rid of Neil, but then he dangles the shiny prize in front of me, asking me to beg for it. No way. I've still got my pride. Neil can go ahead and visit that ball all by himself. I'm not attending. I start to clean up my workplace, and a little while later, my phone buzzes. I stop working and look at the phone. I've gotten a text message from His Majesty. What does he want now? Check your mail. Curious what he means, I quickly check out my email, and there's nothing new. I'm confused, so I write back. Mail? There's nothing in my inbox. You can't be this daft to not realize I meant your actual mailbox outside of your store. Oh, he left the mail. He left the invitation. My cheeks flush in embarrassment. Quickly, I go to the front of my store and check out the mailbox. It's there. Invitation's there. I can feel my heart skip a beat as I open the mailbox. There's a cream envelope inside. It's the invitation. I quickly open it and read it, unable to contain my curiosity. Royal Masquerade Ball. You are invited to the annual Foresters Masquerade Ball. Wear a mask so no one can tell your true identity. Hide it well. From 8 o'clock till midnight on October 10th. There's an address to the venue on the back. I'm frowning at the invitation. Neil wanted to give it to me no matter what I said, and I wonder why. Why does he want me at the party? 'Cause he likes us. I can't imagine it's because he thinks we're friends, or anything even remotely close to friendly with each other. But then why? Why invite me? Is it because he wants to show off his own costume? I'm pretty sure he's got his own tailor that's making a costume for him. Perhaps he wants to rub it in my face that his is so much better than mine. Well, just you wait, Neil. I'll make a costume that'll dazzle you. Yeah. Oh, that was a good place to end it. Let's save that. Save. And then just to make sure. Let's make sure. Yep, chapter 11. Okay. So this is MadPanda signing out. If you like my content and you want to see more content like this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. Once again, this is MadPanda signing out. See you later, guys.